Yo, hello, welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. This is Elvira in Monsterland, issue number 4, and I might have to cover some of this up for the YouTube thumbnail because YouTube doesn't like skin, man. It gets mad at Vampirella covers. So, this issue was especially fun to me. If you don't know, I really enjoy Godzilla movies, and that's where she's been transported to this time after the last encounter with Vlad the Impaler, Dracula, whatever you want to call him. She ended up in a riff of a Toho monster movie. It's stupid and it's fun. And as they were going through stuff in here, and she's like having to deal with, not getting killed by the monsters. That's probably the only mistake. Godzilla's fire breath is not red. That's probably the only thing that they get kind of wrong. But they have a great time otherwise. There's even little funny bits here that are super meta jokes. Look at me using thought balloons instead of talking to myself. Avalon must be so proud. Well, speaking of Avalon, I guess you really delivered on the title because I'm definitely there. Yeah. What's the title of the book? Elvira in Monsterland. When we flip the page over, what do we get? Monsterland. That's right. If you remember Destroy All Monsters, that's the movie she's in. Oh, wait, they call it something different here. Destruct All Kaiju. Yeah, there we go. It's Destroy All Monsters. They get the whole intro sequence correctly. The aliens are in here. Instead of being the Kilax, they're the Murderlax. Like, there's just lots of fun stuff. A lot of the monsters from that movie are in here. They're represented really nicely. I mean, you have Ebera, Monster from the Deep, and he's been renamed to Dungeness. There it is. I was like, I know his name's in here. Instead of Mothra, Mirapothra. Like, just little jokey stuff like that. There were a lot of smiles on my face as I was going through this book. I couldn't help it. I was reading the book and I was having a good time. Let's see if we can get a little more light in here. It looks like a cloud kind of popped up. How's that? I think that looks a little better. It was just a ton of fun. So this whole first part of the book is just her running around until she encounters Vlad. And by encounter, I mean, you can kind of see what's going on there. And Wolfman. And she gets into like the secret lair. And here's their secret plans. And then she has to stop them. Yeah. And there's the whole book is just full of like little silly one-liners. She riffs off of the thing here. Like a wise man once said, it's clobbering time. So there's actually like a giant robot versus monster battle in the book. Why? Why would that be in here? I don't know. I mean, they did something similar in the Sven Gully book where Sven had to deal with a robot. Like, there were shenanigans there. We got shenanigans here. It's all very lighthearted. It's a fun romp. I don't really think I got too much more to say about it. There's some good one-liners. There's no big like oh ho 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 ho, but it definitely knows how to reach in and grab like the nostalgia and pull you in with it. I mean, look at Rodan. I mean, sorry, Crodan right there. He looks pretty good. Kingzilla and Crodan. I think I'm getting the picture. To be specific, the Toho picture from 1968. There's dozens of these movies. A beach doesn't narrow it down. I don't know if based on like the what she's seen so far, I would have got right to destroy all monsters. But she certainly did. She's probably watched this particular Godzilla movie a little more recently than me. It's a great movie though. It has Varan the Unbelievable in it. He shows up. Apparently his puppet was really destroyed, so he just kind of like shows up on the side of a mountain in two places and doesn't do anything in the fight. But like all the Toho monsters roll into that. Well, not all of them. Most of the Toho monsters that existed at that point roll into that movie, into the final fight sequence. They do a little something, and Gyrus, Baby Godzilla, King Ghidorah, like they all just roll in, have a big throwdown. And that spirit of, hey, let's roll in, have a big throwdown, have some fun, is in the book. It's a good looking book. It was a super fun read. I have no complaints about it. Like, I just had a blast reading this thing. And if you like silly books or giant monsters or Elvira, this is probably the book for you. Take care. Bye bye.